what's going on, guys? I'm Dain Duffy. I'm 32 years old. I would consider myself an anime enthusiast specialist or something of that nature. Back in the early 2000s, the Toonami block really gets you into anime. Yu Yu Hakusho, Rurouni Kenshin, Dragon Ball Z especially, that was the big one, that really piqued your interest. And then, it kind of grew from there, just watching things outside. And then, of course, Adult Swim block. And then you get into more adult animes, Inuyasha. But, of course, the all-time best is Cowboy Bebop. You'll never be able to beat it. I don't care what anyone ever says. Technically speaking, probably Pokemon. Not a lot of people really remember that Pokemon is an anime. It's produced in Japan. It's the original voice acting's in Japan. So it really is a lot of people's first foray into anime without even knowing that you're into an anime. You end up enjoying a lot more of that variety. That list is long. I still have to watch Jujutsu Kaisen. That's one that everybody keeps telling me, hey, you gotta watch it. I still have to finish Attack on Titan. I'll get caught up so much and then I'll stop and then I'll go back to it. I'm like, man, why did I stop watching this? I've done it twice. I would do it more if I could. It was fun. The whole experience was fun. The first time I did it, I did Edward Elric, but it wasn't very good. It was really bad. But it was just, I wanted to do it. It was my first time ever that was the first hardcore anime, I guess you could say, something that was very serious and emotional, and I really enjoyed it. That's a good question. I think that there's a lot of anime that really deserves the title of overrated. But as far as just completely overrated, I think Black Clover's overrated. It's just Naruto and magic. And I already watched Naruto. I finished Naruto. I've sat through the filler of Naruto. I don't need more of it. Studio Ghibli movies are just amazing, man. Neighbor Totoro, Ponyo, Kiki's Delivery Service, and Spirited Away. Spirited Away is by far and large the greatest anime movie that's ever been made. And from the cinematics, the score, the story, and then the art really do draw you into this imaginary world, where it's not even really imaginary, because they step out of it 30 minutes later and you're like, man, that really hits you in a way that you didn't expect, and you're like, I want to watch more of their movies. I think I'd go with All Might. And the reason for that is because he's seen as this big hero that everybody kind of worships, and he knows that it weighs heavy on his shoulders, especially when he starts to decline. But even so, he still powers through it and still shows up as All Might and still shows that he's this grandiose hero that really wants you to lean on him, even though he can't physically do it anymore. Cardcaptor Sakura. The WB started airing that as Cardcaptors back in the late 90s, early 2000s, and with the English dub, and it was made by 4Kids Entertainment. It wasn't that great, but that it introduced one of my favorite genres of anime, which is magical girl anime. I love the magical girl anime because every single one tries to one-up itself with a twist and a plot and try to make it different. I enjoyed not having to watch anime, but now I've slowly started to get back more into it. And there's a lot of good animes out there now just that are being made relatively cheap, and there's a lot of them that are really putting a lot of production value into it. So I think it's a form of entertainment that, while itself is wholly underrated, even though the culture exists where you want to absorb it like crazy, whereas the mainstream media, for the most part, has never caught on to it, That's a tough one. We can go with the classic Future Trunks versus Frieza in Dragon Ball Z, right after the Frieza saga ends and right before the Android saga, or I guess technically in the Android saga, and he just kind of cuts up Frieza and his dad and was just like, yeah, this is how it is. It will go down as one of the best fight scenes ever.